we need to talk about a deal that is so big, so absolutely mind-blowing, that it's completely shaking up the tech world. This is all about a single handshake that could literally change the future of artificial intelligence as we know it.
$300 billion. Just take a second and let that number sink in. And no, that's not a typo. That is the jaw-dropping price tag on what might just be one of the biggest cloud contracts in history.
So what's the story here? Well, the reports are saying that OpenAI, Sam Altman's AI empire, has agreed to pay Oracle this absolutely colossal amount for cloud computing power. The key thing to know is that it's spread out over 5 years, and it doesn't even kick in until 2027. This is a massive, massive bet on what's coming next in AI.
I mean, to really get a sense of the scale here, one source called it basically the Super Bowl for server farms, and that feels right. In a world where all these cloud giants are battling for the top spot, this isn't just another deal. Nope, this is the main event. Everyone is watching this.
Okay, so that leads us to the big question, right? Why? Why this deal? And why this pairing of OpenAI and Oracle, which to some might seem a little unexpected? Let's dig into what each of them is getting out of this historic handshake. When you break it down, it's actually a perfect match. On one side, you have OpenAI, and they have this bottomless need for computing power to train their models. Plus, they're probably looking to have options beyond just Microsoft. On the other side, you've got Oracle, and for them, this is a golden ticket. This is their chance to become a massive player in the AI infrastructure game. And the market, oh yeah, the market loved it. Oracle stock shot up 43% on the news. It's a huge win-win, on paper at least.
And get this $300 billion deal isn't just happening on its own. It's actually a huge piece of an even bigger puzzle. We're talking a $500 billion project called Stargate. It's a joint plan with SoftBank to build these enormous data centers right here in the US. So they're not just renting space, they are building the very foundation for the next generation of AI. All right, so we've talked about the grand vision, the strategy. It all makes sense. But now we have to address the elephant in the room. The part of this story that has so many people online just scratching their heads and staring at the math in total disbelief.
And this question, which I pulled straight from a Reddit thread on the topic, just says it all. It cuts right through everything else. With what money?
Okay, look at this. The financial disconnect is just staggering. The contract works out to about $60 billion a year. Now compare that to OpenAI's current annual revenue, which is around $10 billion. And on top of all that, they're not even a profitable company yet. The numbers as they stand right now just don't seem to add up.
As one Reddit user, I've got the narc, put it so perfectly. The numbers are not numbering. I mean, how does a company promise to spend 6 times what it makes in a year every single year for 5 years straight?
But the incredible cost here isn't just about the money. The physical resources needed to actually pull this off are just as mind-boggling. We are talking about an unbelievable amount of raw power.
The deal is reportedly going to require 4.5 gigawatts of power. It's another one of those numbers that's so big it almost doesn't feel real. So let's try to put that into perspective.
So what does 4.5 gigawatts actually look like in the real world? Well, try to imagine the electricity used by about 4 million homes, all combined. Or here's another way to think about it. It's the amount of energy produced by more than 2 Hoover dams. That's how much juice they'll need just to keep the servers for this one contract running. It's wild. So all of this, the impossible-sounding money, the incredible energy needs, it all leads to this huge debate that's now raging in the tech world. Is this a sign of a massive AI bubble that's just totally disconnected from reality? Or are we watching the groundwork being laid for a true technological breakthrough? The whole debate really comes down to 2 sides. On one hand, you have the bubble argument, which is pretty simple. The spending is way, way out of line with what they're actually earning. It's all based on hope and projections. But then the breakthrough argument is also really convincing. OpenAI's revenue is supposedly tripling every year, and big companies are already spending a ton on AI for real business needs. You have to wonder, a bet this huge might just mean that OpenAI knows something that we don't. Maybe a breakthrough really is just around the corner.
So that kind of leaves us with this massive question. Is this kind of spending just completely unsustainable for a company that isn't even profitable yet? Or is this exactly the kind of crazy, high-stakes competition that ends up pushing technology forward and sparking real innovation for all of us? It's a tough one,